Talent is a pursued interest. In other words, anything that you're willing to practice, you can do. And this is no exception.
Did you know that behind the soothing voice and happy little trees of Bob Ross lies a story shrouded in tragedy? Today, we're going to delve deep into the life of the beloved painter, uncovering secrets that have remained hidden for decades. Join us as we explore the untold truth about Bob Ross, as revealed by his own son. Bob Ross was born on October 29, 1942, in Daytona Beach, Florida. From a young age, he showed a keen interest in art, often spending hours sketching and painting the world around him. Despite the financial struggles his family faced, Bob's parents encouraged his artistic pursuits, recognizing his innate gift and passion for painting. As a teenager, Bob dropped out of school to help support his family, taking odd jobs to make ends meet. But his love for painting never waned, and he continued to hone his craft whenever he could. Little did he know that his humble beginnings would pave the way for a career that would touch the lives of millions around the world. Beyond the canvas and the paintbrush, Bob Ross's personal life was marked by both joy and sorrow. Despite his public persona as a cheerful and optimistic painter, Bob faced numerous challenges and setbacks in his personal life. At the age of 18, Bob enlisted in the United States Air Force, where he served for 20 years. It was during his time in the military that Bob discovered his love for painting and developed the distinctive style that would later become his trademark. However, his military career also brought its own share of hardships, including the loss of friends and the rigors of combat. After leaving the Air Force, Bob struggled to find his footing in civilian life. He held various jobs, including working as a bartender and a carpenter, before eventually finding success as a painter. But even as his career took off, Bob faced personal challenges, including the dissolution of his first marriage. Despite the ups and downs, Bob Ross remained steadfast in his commitment to spreading joy and positivity through his art. His gentle demeanor and infectious enthusiasm endeared him to millions of viewers around the world, who tuned in each week to watch him create beautiful landscapes on the joy of painting. Bob Ross's journey into the world of art began in an unexpected place, the United States Air Force. At the age of 18, Bob enlisted, embarking on a 20-year-long career that would shape his artistic vision and influence his later work in profound ways. During his time in the Air Force, Bob was stationed in Alaska, where he was first exposed to the breathtaking landscapes that would later become a staple of his paintings. Surrounded by snow-capped mountains, dense forests, and shimmering lakes, Bob found inspiration in the natural beauty of the Alaskan wilderness. But life in the military was not without its challenges. Bob served as a medical records technician, a role that exposed him to the harsh realities of war and the toll it took on both the body and the spirit. Despite the hardships he faced, Bob remained committed to his duties, earning the respect of his fellow servicemen and superiors alike. It was during his time in the Air Force that Bob first began to experiment with painting as a way to cope with the stresses of military life. He discovered that putting brush to canvas provided a sense of peace and tranquility that he couldn't find elsewhere. Over time, Bob honed his craft, developing the distinctive style that would later captivate audiences around the world. After Bob Ross's honorable discharge from the Air Force in 1981, he embarked on a new chapter in his life, pursuing his passion for painting full-time. With his military career behind him, Bob set out to share his love of art with the world, determined to make a name for himself as an artist. Drawing on his experiences in the Alaskan wilderness, Bob developed a distinctive style of landscape painting characterized by its vibrant colors, soft brushstrokes, and serene compositions. He believed that anyone could paint, and he set out to prove it by teaching his unique method to aspiring artists across the country. In 1983, Bob's big break came when he landed his own television show, The Joy of Painting, airing on public television stations nationwide, the show quickly became a hit, captivating audiences with Bob's soothing voice, gentle demeanor, and mesmerizing painting techniques. Each episode of The Joy of Painting featured Bob demonstrating how to create stunning landscapes in just 30 minutes using his trademark wet-on-wet technique. With his reassuring words of encouragement and his uncanny ability to turn mistakes into happy accidents, Bob inspired millions of viewers to pick up a paintbrush and discover the joy of creating art for themselves. Over the course of 11 years and 403 episodes, Bob became a beloved figure in the world of art, earning legions of fans and accolades along the way. In the annals of Bob Ross's life, one peculiar chapter stands out: his mysterious encounter with the Kowalski family. Little is known about this enigmatic episode, but the few details that have emerged paint a tantalizing picture of intrigue and speculation. Legend has it that in the early 1990s, Bob Ross found himself embroiled in a bizarre saga involving a reclusive family of eccentric artists known only as the Kowalskis. According to whispers and rumors, the Kowalskis were renowned for their avant-garde paintings, which pushed the boundaries of traditional art in strange and unsettling ways. It is said that Bob stumbled upon the Kowalskis quite by accident during one of his painting expeditions in the remote wilderness of Alaska. Drawn by the allure of their secluded compound hidden deep in the forest, Bob sought to unravel the mystery surrounding this reclusive family and their peculiar brand of art. As Bob delved deeper into the world of the Kowalskis, he found himself ensnared in a web of secrets, deception, and intrigue. Rumors swirled of forbidden rituals, occult practices, and otherworldly inspirations behind the Kowalskis' bizarre creations, leaving Bob to wonder whether he had stumbled upon something far more sinister than he could have ever imagined. Despite the dangers and uncertainties that surrounded his brush with the Kowalskis, Bob's innate curiosity and thirst for adventure drove him ever onward, determined to uncover the truth behind this mysterious family and their cryptic art. Yet, what he discovered in the shadowy depths of the Kowalskis' world would haunt him for the rest of his days. For all the joy and tranquility that Bob Ross brought into the world through his paintings, his life was not without its share of unhappy accidents. Behind the serene smile and calming demeanor lay a man who, like all of us, grappled with his own trials and tribulations. One of the most poignant chapters in Bob Ross's life was his struggle with health issues. Despite his outwardly cheerful disposition, Bob battled with a series of medical ailments throughout his life, including lymphoma, a type of cancer that would ultimately claim his life. As the specter of illness loomed ever larger on the horizon, Bob faced each day with courage and resilience, refusing to let his physical ailments dampen his spirit or dim his passion for painting. Yet behind closed doors, the toll of his illness weighed heavily on him, a silent burden that he bore with grace and dignity. But perhaps the most tragic twist of fate in Bob Ross's life was the untimely death of his beloved wife, Jane. Jane was not only Bob's partner in life, but also his closest confidant and staunchest supporter. Her sudden passing left Bob adrift in a sea of grief and loneliness, grappling with the profound loss of the woman who had been his rock through thick and thin. In the aftermath of Jane's death, Bob found solace in his art, using painting as a means of coping with his overwhelming sorrow and keeping her memory alive. Each stroke of the brush was a tribute to their enduring love and the bond they shared, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit in the face of adversity. Yet, despite the dark clouds that loomed on the horizon, Bob remained steadfast in his commitment to spreading joy and positivity through his art. His unwavering optimism and indomitable spirit served as a beacon of hope for millions around the world, a reminder that even in the darkest of times, there is always beauty to be found. While Bob Ross's life was marked by artistic triumphs and personal struggles, one of the most enduring aspects of his legacy is the bond he shared with his son, Steve. Steve Ross, like his father, was drawn to the world of art from a young age, captivated by the magic of painting and the beauty of creation. Growing up under the watchful eye of his father, Steve was immersed in the world of painting from an early age, learning the ropes of the trade from the master himself. Bob's gentle guidance and unwavering support helped shape Steve into the talented artist he would become, instilling in him a love for painting that would last a lifetime. As Steve blossomed into adulthood, he followed in his father's footsteps, carving out a niche for himself in the world of art. Yet, despite his own success as a painter, Steve remained ever humble, always quick to credit his father for the inspiration and guidance that had shaped his artistic journey. But beyond their shared passion for painting, it was the bond of love and affection between father and son that truly set their relationship apart. Bob and Steve shared a special connection, a bond forged through years of shared laughter and shared tears, triumphs and tribulations. Yet, tragically, their time together would be cut short far too soon. In a cruel twist of fate, Bob Ross passed away at the age of 52, leaving behind a grieving family and a devastated son. Steve was left to pick up the pieces of his shattered world, grappling with the profound loss of the man who had been not only his father, but also his mentor and friend. In the years that followed his father's death, Steve would carry on Bob's legacy, using his own artistic talents to honor the memory of the man who had shaped his life in so many ways. Through his paintings and his words, Steve sought to keep alive the spirit of his father, ensuring that Bob's legacy would endure for generations to come. Despite his gentle demeanor and unwavering optimism, Bob Ross's life was not without its share of struggles and setbacks. One such challenge came in the form of a legal battle that threatened to tarnish his reputation and undermine his legacy. In the early 1990s, Bob found himself embroiled in a bitter dispute with the Kowalski family, who claimed to have been cheated out of their fair share of the profits from Bob's wildly successful painting empire. What began as a seemingly straightforward business arrangement soon devolved into a messy legal battle, with both sides accusing the other of deceit and dishonesty. For Bob, who had always prided himself on his integrity and honesty, the accusations were particularly devastating. Here was a man who had dedicated his life to spreading joy and positivity through his art, now forced to defend himself against allegations of greed and exploitation. As the legal proceedings dragged on, Bob found himself grappling with a mounting sense of frustration and despair. The once vibrant colors of his paintings now seemed muted and dull, overshadowed by the looming specter of litigation. Yet, even in the face of adversity, Bob remained steadfast in his belief that justice would prevail. With the support of his family and friends, he soldiered on, determined to clear his name and restore his reputation. Finally, after years of legal wrangling, a resolution was reached. While the details of the settlement remained shrouded in secrecy, one thing was clear. Bob Ross emerged from the ordeal with his integrity intact and his legacy untarnished. Though the lawsuit had taken its toll on Bob, both emotionally and financially, he refused to let it define him. Instead, he chose to focus on what mattered most: his art, his family, and the countless lives he had touched with his message of peace and creativity. As we delve deeper into the life of Bob Ross, it becomes abundantly clear that his impact extended far beyond the canvas. Throughout his remarkable career, Bob achieved a multitude of milestones and left an indelible mark on the world of art and beyond. First and foremost, Bob Ross revolutionized the art of painting, transforming it from a daunting pursuit reserved for the elite few into an accessible and joyful endeavor for people of all ages and skill levels. Through his iconic television series, The joy of painting. Bob demystified the creative process, empowering millions to pick up a brush and unleash their inner artist. Bob's unique painting technique, characterized by his trademark wet-on-wet method, allowed aspiring artists to achieve stunning results with minimal time and effort. His soothing voice and encouraging demeanor made even the most complex techniques seem simple and approachable, inspiring countless viewers to discover the joy of creating art. In addition to his groundbreaking television series, Bob Ross authored a wealth of instructional books and videos, further cementing his status as a beloved figure in the world of art education. His timeless wisdom and timeless teachings continue to inspire aspiring artists around the globe, ensuring that his legacy will endure for generations to come. But Bob's influence extended far beyond the realm of art. Through his philanthropic endeavors, he sought to make the world a better place, one painting at a time. From supporting wildlife conservation efforts to providing art supplies to underprivileged children, Bob was always eager to lend a helping hand to those in need. In recognition of his contributions to the world of art and his tireless efforts to spread joy and positivity, Bob Ross received numerous accolades and honors throughout his lifetime. From prestigious awards to honorary degrees, Bob's mantelpiece was filled with well-deserved tributes to his remarkable achievements. But perhaps Bob's greatest legacy lies not in the awards and accolades he received, but in the lives he touched and the hearts he uplifted. To the millions of viewers who tuned in to The Joy of Painting each week, Bob was more than just an artist. He was a friend, a mentor, and a source of inspiration. As we come to the end of our journey into the life of Bob Ross, we're left with a profound sense of awe and admiration for the man behind the brush. Despite facing countless challenges and setbacks throughout his life, Bob remained steadfast in his commitment to spreading joy and positivity through his art. His gentle spirit, infectious enthusiasm, and unwavering optimism continue to inspire millions around the world, reminding us that even in the darkest of times, there is always beauty to be found. So let us honor the memory of Bob Ross by picking up a paintbrush and unleashing our creativity, just as he would have wanted. And remember, as Bob always said, we don't make mistakes, just happy little accidents. As we reflect on the life of Bob Ross and the profound impact he had on those around him, let us not forget the bond he shared with his son, Steve. Join us as we celebrate the enduring legacy of a father and son united by their love for art and their love for each other. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more heartwarming stories of love, loss, and the enduring power of family.